So, hello everyone. Welcome if you are new to the channel. Welcome back if you love me. I love you too. We are here for April's messages. All right, so take them as they resonate, if they resonate, however they resonate, and leave them if they don't. All right, don't force it to fit. These are collective messages, okay? And they are meant to serve you in divine time whenever you catch it, whether it's in April, for April, or otherwise, okay? I always recommend that you listen to each of the signs and the house in which it rules, right? Taking the message and allowing it to serve the arena in which it best serves you, right? Each zodiac sign in our chart rules a particular house, and that house has a particular meaning. So don't take a love message and apply a sign in its love message to your house of finances and possessions, right? Or career. Doesn't make sense to do that, right? Apply it to the house in which it rules. With that said, if the reading doesn't resonate and you're still drawn to the channel, you may resonate to the Divine Rebel Diamond membership that I offer here on the channel. They have their own zodiac messages each month, as well as, you know, weekly energy reports and personal readings on Sundays. So if for whatever reason this general message, this public collective message doesn't quite fit you, but you really do love me and the channel, check out the sneak peek that I have saved for you at the end. Because if the sneak peek at the end resonates with you, chances are you're in the vibration of the different Divine Rebel Diamond family that we have here at the channel. So if that is the case, I look forward to serving you in a higher vibration there. So with that said, enjoy the message, enjoy the sneak peek, and let's get into it. All right, Taurus and Taurian energy, a house in which Taurus rules for you. I'm using the Mythic Tarot today for your reading and the Naked Heart Tarot. I will also have guidance in a separate video called Ophiuchus, all right, that you can watch afterwards if you would like. Let's see what is going on with Taurus and Taurian energy, house in which Taurus rules for April. What is going on with Taurus, please? Spirit. Divine time in which you catch this. What is going on with Taurus? What is going on with Taurus? And one more. All right. We got the Four of Pentacles on top with the Knight of Swords on bottom, as well as the Ace of Wands, clarified by the Chariot, the Queen of Cups, clarified by the Two of Swords, and the Two of Cups, clarified by the Devil. What else is going on? What else is going on with Taurian energy? We got the Five of Swords and the Sun. And the Eight of Cups. Clarities, please. Five of Swords is clarified by the Ten of Swords. The Sun is clarified by the King of Pentacles. Give me one more. The Eight of Cups is clarified by the Page of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the King of Wands. Top of the deck is the Ten of Wands. All right. So Taurus. I feel like I feel like you're holding on to an old way of creating abundance in whatever realm of abundance we're talking about, whether it's an abundance of love, an abundance of financial, you know, ability, abundance of fill in the blank, right? I believe you're holding on to an old way of doing something. And that there's someone in front of you who's maybe younger than you, or someone who you feel, even just mentally, right, is younger than you, because they could be older, but you look at them almost as if they're younger. And it's like they have found a newer, innovative way to do something. And it's almost like you've been trying to teach them this old way of doing it, and they've kind of innovated some new way that's actually more effective or efficient. And it's almost like this feeling of what you've given to them or tried to teach them isn't good enough, and they didn't need you, right? It's this kind of feeling where it's almost like, and I'll give a really simple example, right? It's almost like a mother tries to teach their daughter how to do their makeup for the first time, and the mother wants to feel important, and the mother wants to feel like they've given something to the child, right, in some which way, to their daughter or their child in some way, and you know, they're teaching them how to do their makeup, and then out of nowhere the child starts doing really cool, really beautiful makeup on their own in ways that their mother never thought of. And you know, it's like the child is teaching the parent something, and all of a sudden the parent's like, God, like, they didn't even need me, you know what I mean, to teach them. Like, they already knew, or they got the information from a TikTok. You know, like all these beauty experts out there, like, I don't even know why I thought that they would need me to teach them how to do it. Like, it's like wanting to feel special because you can teach something and give that gift of knowledge to someone, and only to realize like they got the knowledge either on their own or from somewhere else better, and feeling unneeded. I think the underlying issue is that maybe at some point in life you were taught that your own ideas or your own way of doing things weren't valuable, or being taught that you weren't of value in general. And that could be as something simple as having an opinion as a kid about something, and your parents negating it or dismissing it completely and doing it their own way. You know what I mean? Like, no, we don't need to learn from you. But maybe you had a point. It could be something like, you know, maybe your parents were trying to work out their problems, and you were like, well, why don't you just get a divorce? Like, you fucking hate each other. You know what I mean? Like, as a kid, like, well, why don't you just get a divorce? And you're like, no, we're going to work it out. Like, and it's just like your opinion wasn't valued, but maybe it was legit. Like, maybe they definitely would have been better off if they just got a divorce and went their own way and let happiness be a thing. Right? As an example, take it how it applies. The Ace of Wands with the Chariot, I think you're inspired to start moving in different directions. Like, maybe you have been fixed in your energy and holding on to a certain way of doing it for too long. I think you have a lot of love to give, and people don't want to necessarily hear it, or they're not receiving it, right? This Queen of Cups with the Two of Swords. You see how the child here has their hands over their ears, and these two people are kind of in a quarrel. And it's like the love is trying to pour. It's like trying to stay centered. And yet these two people insist on being combative, and you don't want to hear it. It's like maybe you had some kind of wisdom that you figured out when you were as a kid listening to dysfunctional people. Maybe you're in a dynamic where you are dysfunctional with someone else and there is literally a child that's like, I don't even want to hear it. Like, you may be in a position where you could be learning from a child, someone younger than you, or someone that you never thought would actually give good advice because you don't necessarily respect them and the choices they make in general as an adult, right? The Two of Cups with the Devil, it's like falling for toxic or dysfunctional situations. You may not even realize how you're repeating childhood trauma with other people. And maybe it's because you don't even recognize that the childhood experience in and of itself was traumatic. Maybe you didn't identify it as traumatic then, which is why as an adult, you're repeating it, but you're not actually recognizing that it's a trauma repeating. Like, maybe you've been through dysfunctional relationships and now you're trying to advise a child, like, you know, like, or a young adult, teenager or something, that, you know, the person shouldn't treat you like that or whatever. And they're like, yeah, I know, bye, you know, blah, blah. And you're watching yourself, you know what I mean? Because maybe your parents were the same way, like, listen, like, I know you care about this person or whatever, but it's really not healthy for them to treat you like this or act like that. And you're like, I know, but I love them. And it's like recognizing, right? It's like recognizing a lesson and realizing that maybe just like your parents couldn't stop you from learning it, you can't stop them from learning it. And maybe they're meant to learn something different. Maybe they're meant to show you something you didn't see. I feel like you've kind of, or someone in your experience, right? Take it as it resonates. You could flip it, reverse it if you need to. But someone is literally standing on this rock, like they're standing on this rock by themselves, and it's like not the best place to stand on, you know? But they're dead set on standing on that rock. Like, that's the rock they're gonna die on. And it's just like, why? Like, why are you standing on that rock? And that's like the position you're taking when there's other better positions to take. There's different ways of handling a situation. Because that rock you're standing on, or whoever is standing on, is definitely in misalignment. With the Devil clarifying, this is what I'm looking at. It's like there's some kind of earth angel trying to spare you. Like, hey, that rock isn't where you want to stand. At some point, those waves are going to knock you off. Or if there's a storm that comes in, like, you're going to get knocked off that rock. It's not safe to stand there. Maybe it's slippery. You know what I mean? Like, that's a slippery slope. And you're standing on it, defending it, and you got like someone in your ear saying, hey, there's a better way. You don't have to stand on that rock. And you're, you know, dead set on being chained to that rock. Your heart's feeling the burden. Emotionally, spiritually, like energetically, you're feeling the burden. It's draining. To defend that rock and stand on that rock, it's draining. I think you're being inspired to move forward. I think you're witnessing other people making progress. And it's almost like, but you're staying stuck though and insisting on being stuck. Like, no, this way is the best way. It's a fixed energy, right? Tarian fixed energy. It's a fixed way. And you want to stand on this rock and defend it that it's the best rock. And someone's like, dude, there's a way better rock. And you don't even realize that you're draining yourself and putting yourself in a detrimental position, not shifting, not moving forward, right? And the divine is asking you to please, like, move forward. Like, you're being inspired by your outer experience to move forward, make progress. if you decide to fight with other people, I think you're going to end up betraying yourself. Or if other people, you know, like I said, you got to take it how it resonates for you. I feel like fighting up against what is clearly a better way, you're going to end up sabotaging yourself. And I think you're going to, you know, realize that you've been put in a position where maybe your ego got the better of you. A need for power and control got the better of you. And you're actually going to find yourself going back and apologizing for being really fucking stubborn. Like, you got to catch yourself in the shadow of your sun sign. Like, being really stubborn is it's not a light attribute of Taurian energy. Being really stubborn is a detrimental shadow more often than not, right? You got to be careful, right? The black sun is the shadow of your sun sign. Or eclipsing your own light, which is the beauty and the stability and the dependability. Like, in order to be dependable and stable, you really got to pick the best rock, right? You got to be the best rock to stand on. You might find yourself going back and apologizing. So keep it in mind, Taurian energy, apply it to how it applies to you in the house in which it rules. And I hope you enjoy the sneak peek, and I will catch you in a Fukusei. So Taurus, Taurian energy, I feel like you've gone through what is essentially a contracted healing. All right, North Node is on its way out of your house, and North Node, as I've said before, is kind of like a domino, right? So it's been setting off dominoes in Taurus, right? This is very healing. That you want people who make an effort, that you yourself want to make better effort into the manifestation of your life. I think there's this awareness of the spiritual burden that was put upon someone, yourself or someone else, and that it was ruining or deadening or betraying someone's rise, that they had to come back like the phoenix from whatever this was.